A flood ravaged this whole area, took out the bridge, and there's just a town below, completely wiped out.
I say to the bartender, I said, so this is Guy Fieri's place? And he's like, yeah. I told him about my love about the Camaro, and he says, yeah, he was here and he had his Camaro sitting out in the front. A little bit later, Guy comes out and says, he talked to me for a few minutes and then he did a picture with me. I got a photo with me and him against the wall.
You got it on your phone right now?
Yeah.
This is looking really good.
What'd you get?
I got the Chicken Whaaat basket.
Pretty much a deckhand back in those days, and in the recent years that was a wheelsman.
What's the wheelsman?
He helped steer the ship at the behest of the captain and the mates.
But in 1977, there was a gruesome murder that took place, and to this day, it is unsolved. We are at Jake Cook State Park here in Minnesota, just south of Duluth, and it's a popular destination spot before you get to Duluth. It's a beautiful park with majestic bluffs, and this river behind me is the St. Louis River, and it's basically carved its way through here over the years. And you can see just in the distance a walking bridge, and this is just, like I said, a widely popular destination spot for people to come to and enjoy nature. It wasn't like this in 2012. In 2012, a flood ravaged this whole area, took out the bridge, and there's just a town below, completely wiped out. This whole flood changed the landscape of this whole entire park. And to this day, there's still hints of the devastation, the power that nature had in regards to the impact of this environment. Nature is so beautiful, but it's so powerful.
The St. Louis River runs right out of Lake Superior. And Lake Superior and Duluth are some of the most popular destinations in Minnesota. But Duluth is one of our favorite places to go, and we are fortunate to live close to this area, and we love it so much. So we're really excited to share some fun things that you can see in Duluth, but maybe a few things that haven't been talked about as often. And another thing that's interesting today I wanted to note is it's really hazy, and that's because of the Canadian wildfires. A storm blew through yesterday, brought in a bunch more cool temperatures, which we like a little bit. But with that, right behind it came all of this haze and smoke. It actually smells like a forest fire, and I think as we get closer to Duluth and closer to that northern Minnesota border, it might even get hazier still. So it's the big Tall Ships event this weekend in Duluth. But there's also going to be a lot of other stuff. So looking forward to it. But this is always our favorite place to start, is Jake Cook State Park, to swing in, walk on this phenomenal lift bridge, take in these views, and just soak it all in. So we hope you enjoy this night. Hope you enjoy the day, you guys. Thanks for coming along.
Hey Buzz fam, our adventure begins here at the depot, just on the edge of downtown Duluth, Minnesota. And these walls radiates history, and the railroad industry is what helped shape Duluth into the city that it is today. And beyond these walls, there is said to be restless spirits that are literally awaiting their next train ride out of here. We'll see what happens. Let's go.
I'm gonna ride the train till it gets to the junction. No more dark clouds holding me down. There's a new town waiting round the corner. Can't wait to hear that choo-choo song. Gonna cross that bridge when I get there. Set my sights on Mississippi. Find a man who knows how to love me. Gonna ride that train till it sets me free. Riding down the track.
You can see all these trains here, and I don't know specifically which one, but one of these locomotives, as legend says, okay, there's a handprint in it that is said to be unreachable, and to this day, this handprint still exists in one of these locomotives. I just don't know which one it is.
Stepping aboard a piece of the living history, a vessel that once sailed the mighty Great Lakes, carrying the lifeblood of American industry. We're talking about the magnificent SS William A. Irvin, now a beloved museum ship, and right here in Duluth, Minnesota.
I heard you work a ship.
Yes, I worked on some of the warboats, yes.
What was that like day to
No,
day?
you're fine. Excuse
Day
me.
to day?
Yeah.
It was, I worked in two different eras. I worked back in the 1970s on these old 600 footers.
Okay.
And then I worked on some of the more modern ships. I came back out about 2000 and worked off and on for 10 years. It's two different eras.
What'd you do in the first era?
What's that?
What was your duties on your first
I
era?
was pretty much a deckhand back in those days, and in the recent years I was a wheelsman.
What's the wheelsman?
You help steer the ship at the behest of the captain or the mates.
What was that like?
That was a good job. Oh, I'm being interviewed, huh?
Yeah. So what was it like when you were with the captain?
Oh, the captains, they're very good. They're very competent. Most of the sailors out here are very competent. Because you hit a dock or a lock every day, and that requires seamanship. It requires navigation, it requires knowledge. Where on the ocean, they're out in the ocean for 3 weeks.
And as we journey through the heart of this incredible ship, past the galleys where countless meals were prepared at sea, it's making me think about food, really good food. So let's transition from this historical aroma of a ship's kitchen to the irresistible scent of something truly special. Next up, we're heading to a unique spot for some fried chicken sandwiches that are absolutely amazing.
All right, looking pretty good.
This is looking really good.
What'd you get?
I got the Chicken Whaaat basket. Oh yeah. So what's interesting about the way the food is made here is the chicken is double dredged. So the fries and chicken are fried in basically a beef render or a fat as opposed to seed oil. And it's actually supposed to be healthier for your body. Seed oils our bodies don't handle too well apparently. But animal fats, we do better with. I don't know. What are your thoughts on your chicken?
Good. I got the Nashville hot. Love it.
Go hot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my word. This is so, chicken is so juicy. The breading is crispy, it's just fresh. And the chicken what? Basket, the sauce. There's this unique sauce. I don't know what it is. It's their secret sauce, literally. But it's, yeah, this is 10 out of 10.
It's like a honey mustard.
It's like a, yeah, I'm thinking so. Yeah, it's really good. I'm really impressed. The lettuce is crisp. I'm sorry, but we're not going to be able to film any of this. We gotta.
It's a 4 napkin sandwich.
This is good. 10 out of 10.
That's it.
This is better than I was expecting.
Definitely a hidden gem.
Yeah. I come back.
Man, that Chicken Whaaat really hit the spot. With our bellies full and our taste buds singing, we're now crossing the striking blue bridge, taking in the fresh air. And that's just as we reach the other side, a little moment of urban wildlife. A small flock of pigeons gathered around a puddle, taking in a quick drink. A humble but somehow perfect end to our culinary adventure. But the waterfront still calls. We're making our way to the end of the canal, and you wouldn't know it, but the timing was just right. Up ahead is the iconic lift bridge. And look, a beautiful sailboat is making its way right towards it. Watch this. It's always a tight squeeze as they glide right underneath the raisin span.
Jinkies. That was close.
Yeah, now they kind of probably feel like what it's like in R&B, huh?
Yeah.
As we now weave our way through the crowds, enjoying the atmosphere, there's one stop we absolutely have to make. It's a place that's deeply woven into the fabric of the city's history and its adventurous soul. You guessed it, we're pulling right up now to our absolutely favorite shop here in Duluth, the Duluth Pack.
We are at Duluth Pack, just on Canal Park, midway point towards the actual canal. If you haven't been here, this is one of our favorite places to go, isn't it?
Yeah, we love. They have really good quality merchandise for all kinds of outdoor needs. You can get Boundary Waters community area permits here, and really durable camping goods. And just it's an awesome place with all kinds of great stuff.
Yeah, today's extraordinarily busy. It's the Tall Ships
Yeah, it's a
Festival.
tall ships.
That's
Yeah.
literally on the canal here
Yeah.
in Duluth. So we've been having a extremely difficult time trying to get some footage and meeting people. It's just so many people. People are just it's
Yeah.
you can't stop because you'll hold up
Yeah.
people.
Too busy.
Yes, but this place has just got everything for the outdoors. If you're outdoorsman, or it's the place to go.
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah, we love it. So we'd encourage you to check it out. You can always check it out online. You won't be disappointed in whatever it is you purchase here. Always the best quality. They have great deals and sales and stuff. Some of the, it is a little bit higher end merchandise in some cases, but I promise you'll love it just as much as we do.
Yeah, I've got several things from here, including a duffel bag
Yeah.
that's made out of cowhide. I think it's cowhide, waxed leather though,
Really nice.
and it's been holding up magnificently.
Guaranteed for life.
Guaranteed for life.
After our stop at the Duluth Pack, we embarked on a scenic drive up the North Shore. The breathtaking beauty of Lake Superior guided our way. Our destination, a truly iconic piece of Duluth history, nested right on the water's edge, the magnificent Glensheen Mansion. We were absolutely thrilled to experience their special lock and key tour, diving deep into the secrets and stories of this incredible estate. Now, as per their regulations, we are unable to capture any footage inside the mansion, and believe me, it was a challenge not to. But we did manage to get some stunning shots, as you can see on the outside, showcasing its grandeur and beautiful grounds. The Glensheen Mansion is truly a place you have to experience yourself. The history, the architecture, the personal stories of the Congdon family, they all come alive when you're walking through those rooms. So while we can't show you every hidden nook and cranny, we absolutely wholeheartedly recommend taking a tour for yourself to truly grasp the incredible inside perspective of this Duluth treasure. It's an unforgettable journey back in time. Okay. All right, Buzz fam, we are in the estate of the Glensheen Mansion. You can see that in the background right now. And this is a really grandeur estate. It's very peaceful around here. But in 1977, there was a gruesome murder that took place. And to this day, it is unsolved. And there are said to be restless spirits here that also linger within the walls of this mansion. But if we turn around, so we take a look at the boathouse here as well. There's said to be a spirit that dwells with. But this place is beautiful. And just off the shores of the boathouse is Lake Superior, which, believe it or not, houses hundreds, if not thousands, of boat wrecks. So this is actually a graveyard of many souls that rest off into the lake here in Lake Superior. Leaving the historical grandeur of the Glensheen behind, we began our drive back, making our way through the vibrant heart of downtown Duluth. This city's energy was building, and after all that walking and exploring, we're definitely ready to cool down. But the journey itself had a delightful, unexpected moment. We actually pulled over because, believe it or not, right in front yard of a residential home, we spotted a deer calmly munching on flowers. Just another charming, everyday surprise you find in Duluth. After that sweet detour, we finally arrived at our destination for a well-deserved refreshment. Blacklist Brewing Company.
A welcome reprieve after a busy day, huh, Bear? Absolutely. A welcome reprieve after spending some time at the hubbub of Canal Park. We are here at Blacklist Brewing, enjoying a couple of brews and talking to some local folks. Gotta love it.
All right, so we've been down to the Canal Park. We've been everywhere. This place has been so god-awful busy. I have not been able to meet anyone because the hustle and bustle wouldn't allow us. And so Chrissy and I decided to stop by the Blacklist Brewing Company, company. And I met David here. And he's been just telling me some pretty incredible stories about his life. And I thought, well, what the hell? Why don't we just talk to David for a while and we'll just continue the conversation and see where it goes.
I think it was kind of funny because when I told him first, it was like, I go to a lot of breweries. There's some that I'm blacklisted from, though. That's what got me intrigued to come and check this one out.
Well, this is a pretty nice laid-back one.
It is.
And there's a lot of different beers here. And
I didn't think we'd get a chair in here tonight, though, when you went down to Canal Park and saw the craziness of what was going on today.
So you were talking about traveling.
Yeah.
And you've been traveling for a couple of weeks, or for how long?
My whole life.
Well, I mean, just lately.
Lately, yeah, a few weeks, yeah.
How long has it been since you've been up here?
I think about 3 years.
It's been 3 years?
Yeah.
And do you still have family up here? Yeah.
Yeah, I got so many, I mean, a lot of relatives because the whole family chain from up there.
Now, you grew up in Ely area.
Yep.
Silver Bay?
I was born in Ely, but grew up in Silver Bay on Lake Superior.
David had a good friend whose dad passed away on the Fitzgerald.
Yes. It was a high school classmate of mine. His name was Mike Church. His dad, Nolan Church, was on the Edmund Fitzgerald when it crashed.
So it's kind of like a Duluth connection in a way.
Duluth, the whole Lake Superior, yeah, and the ships on Lake Superior, just an unbelievable connection with that. Very emotional. And I'd like to say, though, got the Gordon Lightfoot song, The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald, just rains personal every time you hear that.
Does it send goosebumps up your arm?
Oh, every time you hear it,
Yeah.
I just had to say, the legend lives on from the Chippewa down.
Big lake they call Gitchigumi.
So, yeah, the legend just lives on. So I know you're recently up, kind of in retirement mode. What do you really like most about this lifestyle now that...
I'm just so passionate about traveling. I want to get back on the road even more.
It's awesome, isn't it?
It is. I'm an explorer, and when I tell people what I would do and go exploring the tough sides of the towns, you know, like the south side of Chicago, I would go down there because I wanted to learn about that culture and what brings it to be so tough.
How long have you been in the Duluth area now?
Probably about 8 hours.
8 hours?
Yeah.
Were you expecting it to be this busy?
No, because that's why I came here so early. I wanted to go down to Canal Park and do my usual hangout. I started looking on the internet for when any ships coming through under the lift bridge and that.
Right.
And I wanted to go down to the maritime kind of, I call it a museum, but the maritime place down there.
Yep. Did you get in there?
You couldn't even get close to it because of the traffic, and it was stopped. I had to go do a U-turn just to leave.
We got down to the museum, and we were getting ready to go in it. The guy told us, you got 2 minutes.
2 minutes?
Yeah, because it was closing. It was we got there 4:28.
Wow.
It was closed at 4:30.
Yeah, I was down there about 10:30 this morning, and it was like that, crazy.
But you weren't able to get in the museum?
Well, I couldn't get there with my car.
There was no parking.
There was
or what?
nowhere to park. No, it was ridiculous. I just like, wow, what's going on? You know.
So you say you spent times at breweries. What breweries have you been to?
My new all-time favorite, where I live over in New Buffalo, Michigan area, it's called the Beer Church Brewery.
Beer Church. Why? Why is it so cool?
Because it's, number one, it's a brewery built and it's in an old Lutheran church. So it is a church, and it's a historic church. What's really cool about it, a lot of people, like, if you want to go from a food perspective, it's based on Italy and Italian stuff. They actually sent their initial chefs and that over to Italy, and they bought these specialized Italian, like, pizza ovens and stuff that they put in the brewery. So, but it's just, I'm so close there. They treat me so much like family. It's just so nice.
How long have you lived in Michigan?
About 4 years.
David was in San Fran in 1989. And in 1989, the Padres went to the World Series, but there was an actual pretty big event that took place that shook his world. Talk about that.
Yeah. It was so funny because I was so excited to watch the World Series game. I came home from work and I wanted to go on I'm really into bike riding and biking and that. I wanted to go on a bike ride so bad. I had to get out there and get it done before the World Series game started. I'm going down to put on my biking shorts. And also, next thing you know, I land on my face in my room. Earthquake hit. 6.9 earthquake hit the Bay Area. I mean, it lasted like 17 seconds, but it felt like forever. I couldn't believe it. Never felt nothing like that in my life.
You said you had a hot tub that was out on your...
I had a hot tub on the townhouse I was renting. I jumped up and I looked out the window to see what's going on. The water was flying out of the hot tub all over, and
that's
crazy.
unexpected. You can't predict that.
Right.
So you've been to a number of places in your life. You asked me what the most interesting place I've ever been to.
Yeah.
And I told you either windsurfing in Palma de Mallorca on the Mediterranean or rappelling off a castle in Germany. Where's yours?
So if I say the best place I've been on my travels is definitely Ireland.
You said Ireland.
The most interesting place?
Yeah.
I worked down in Brazil for 9 months. That was interesting.
Why?
It was at the time when the Brazilian government was out of control.
What year was that?
Wow. I want to go to the late 80s.
Okay,
And-
tell me more about that. Was that...
So the thing I love to tell about it, because I got asked by our parent company to go down there and bail out this project, and they needed me down there so fast that they didn't have time to give me a work visa. They got me a tourist visa to go down there and work, a 90-day tourist visa. We went down there for this engineering company. They did such a good job of educating me on the area. They gave me an apartment, they gave me a rental car, they educated me about the culture, what was going on. The crime, it was so nasty and what was going on.
What was going on?
Well, one thing that was really key was, so funny because like in the US, how we talk about the inflation rate?
Yes.
When I got to Brazil, the inflation rate was 12%.
Oh my word.
No, and then I go, not like we talk about it, because we say annual. It was 12% per month. It was out of control. The Brazilian government put a ban on any kind of imports of technology from the U.S. They locked down the only way a person from the U.S. in Brazil could exchange and get Brazilian money to live there or do anything. You had to go to a government agency. Because there were so many Brazilian people on the street trying to exchange money with people like me, because it was a massive investment, at that inflation rate.
We want to get down to, we're talking Florida Keys. You said you've been to Florida Keys. What do you think of Florida Keys? Is that a good area?
It was cool to visit and see. I was just, the one place that always pops into my mind when I was down in Key West down there, went to the Hog's Breath Saloon.
I think I've heard of that.
It's a famous place, I think.
Yeah. That would be fun.
Well,
just one.
That's when a lot of people, when they ask me about retiring, if I'm going to move south and that, what I'll tell them a lot of time is there's no place I want to live down there. So maybe when I officially retire, like 1 year, I'll spend 3 months in Florida, and then the next year maybe in Texas, next year maybe in Phoenix,
You said you like Montana, not to talk about winter, but you've been, what do you like about Montana?
Well, number one, it starts with the mountains.
Yeah.
I'm a mountain freak. I love the mountains so much.
What do you think of Bozeman?
Oh my God. It just, Are you a skier?
I was a skier.
So I being so into the mountains and that, and actually, like when I lived in the Bay Area, there was 5 of us that every year we would lease out a condo up at Lake Tahoe from January 1st to May 1st. Yeah. Well, and we'd go skiing every weekend then in the winter. It was so funny because my friends gave me a nickname that I've held on to forever. So my name is David. They named me 3D.
3D.
Because I would only ski double diamond runs. They call me Double Diamond Dave.
When do you head back to Michigan?
So I'm heading up to Ely in the morning, and then I'm heading back to Michigan on Tuesday. I'm going to go through the UP because I'm gonna spend the night in Marquette, Michigan. And then the next morning I'm going to go to the Great Lakes Shipwreck Museum up there. On that. It's fun because now, living on Lake Michigan and that, and there's a lot of beaches where we live and people swimming. And where I grew up, living in Silver Bay, people would ask me if I'd go swimming in the beaches. I would say, we didn't have beaches up there because it's all rock, on the north side. And they were like, well, did you go swimming? I'm like, I think this was my junior year of high school. That summer we set a record high water temp in Lake Superior on the North Shore. It hit 56 degrees. The funniest story I always tell people is, and this is literally a true story, like funny, for lunch I went over to Cloquet to go to a burger joint. It was just this little burger joint. And I got kind of hooked on watching Guy Fieri's Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives.
Yeah.
And he did that place. He went to that place, Gordy's, and that.
Yeah, Gordy's Hi-Hat.
Gordy's. He went there, and it was just like, so I kind of started watching it, and it was like, it wasn't me and the food. I'm not a foodie guy.
Yeah.
I just loved that red Camaro he was driving.
I know, isn't it?
I said for my whole life I wanted a 67 to 69 Camaro. I wanted that Camaro.
I'm with
so
you on
I would
that.
just watch him driving around that Camaro. And it was so funny because I got invited to this guys weekend in Philadelphia. Right? So I said, hey, I'd never been to New York City. I'm going to fly into New York City instead and then take a train to Philly the next day. And I did that, and I'm just walking around Central Park and that. And I'm walking around Central Park, come out, and I look across the street and I see on the bill, on the lights of this bar restaurant, it says Guy's All-American Grill. And I'm like, is there any chance that could be Guy Fieri's place? You know? I walk up to him and I said, is this like a Guy Fieri's place? And they're like, yeah, it is. And I'm like, wow. And she said, but we got like a 3-hour wait to get in here. Unless you want to go through there and upstairs to the upstairs, just a bar. You can go sit at the bar. There's no wait up at the bar. And I'm like, yeah, I'll check it out. I go up there and I say to the bartender, I said, so this is Guy Fieri's place. And he's like, yeah. I said, has he ever come in here? And it's like, well, this is only the second night we've ever been open. Last night was the opening night, and he was here for the grand opening. I'm like, and I told him about my love about the Camaro and that, and he says, yeah, he was here and he had his Camaro sitting out in the
So
front.
I was going to ask you, that's his Camaro he drives?
Yeah, he showed up with his Camaro, and I'm like, is there any chance he'll come in here tonight? And the guy's like, we don't know any of that. Apparently, the bartender went and told the manager of the place my story. She came up to me and she goes, yeah, I heard about your story about, you know, how you like Guy and his Camaro and that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah. She goes, you may not want to leave here very soon. I'm like, what? She goes, I'm going to tell you this in confidence. That back room back there, he's coming in with his family for dinner in a little while. But you cannot go back there and go check him. But I just thought you might want to see him walk through. So I'm like, okay, it was cool. I sit down, had another beer, waiting for him. Him and his family, they walk back in there. A little bit later, the guy comes out and says, hey, the manager's just told me a story about how you like my stories and my Camaro and everything. And it was like,
come on.
Seriously. He talked to me for a few minutes and then he did a picture with me. I got a photo with me and him against the wall.
You got it on your phone right now?
Yeah. I gotta see if I can find it.
Okay,
it's dark. It's pretty dark, but
you
believe that?
That is unreal. And what'd you think of Guy?
He was, I was doing what they asked. I wasn't gonna, but he came over and talked to me and did he asked to do the picture and stuff, not me. He was pretty nice, but we didn't talk much. And then he went back to his family.
Sure, he's not gonna mess.
Right,
yeah.
no, I'm not gonna, But
did you see the car?
No, he didn't have it. I don't think he had it there.
I think I'd rather see the car than Guy. I don't know. That's me. I drool over that car.
I think it would have been cool if there was a picture of me and him with that car.
I think that'd be better than that picture. Well, all right. I think on that we do have, because we don't have much battery left on there. So hey, thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Dave. That's awesome, man. Oh, that was awesome. Good. Yeah, let's shake hands on that. All right, Buzz fam. Thanks for watching. We had an action-packed episode here in Duluth, Minnesota. What do I mean by action-packed? It was just filled with people, something we weren't expecting. There was a lot of events, and things that were going on. I hope you enjoyed it though. We did meet Dave. David, thanks for buzzing with us. David had some extraordinary stories to tell. On our next episode, we're gonna dive into maintenance. We've got some chores that we need to get done on our rig that's gonna save us thousands of dollars in the long run, and they cost nil to take care of. So you want to subscribe to that episode, just hit the subscribe button and you'll be the first one to be alerted to that fantastic episode that's coming up. And by the way, if you enjoyed buzzing with us today, I've got 2 more episodes for you to buzz on each side of your screen. So until next time, keep your moral compass pointed north and we will catch you on the next one.